Woo! I think I might be about to expand to an infinite height. Are you ready to go with me? Your love lifting me higher than I've ever been lifted before. So keep it up, quench my desire, and I'll be at your side forevermore. Come on now, you know your love keep on lifting me, lifting me higher and higher. I said your love keeps lifting me, keep on lifting me higher and higher. Now listen, now once I was downhearted, disappointment was my closest friend, yeah. But then you came and it soon departed. You know he never showed his face again. Cause you know your love keep on lifting me, lifting me higher and higher. You know your love keep on lifting me higher and higher. Well, now I'm so glad I finally found you. I said I tried just about a million ways, and now with your love around me, I can stand up and face another day. I said your love keeps on lifting me, keeps on lifting me higher and higher. Come on now, your love keep on lifting me higher and higher. Let's go to the top. Your love keep on lifting me, keep on lifting me up higher and higher. I said your love keep on lifting me higher and higher, higher than your love lifting me higher and higher. I said your love keep on lifting me higher and
Man! Our music team and Andrew Tinker and Jonathan, man,
Yeah.
do you know your love keeps lifting me higher and higher?
Yes, absolutely. And that's what we're here to do with each other, right? That's what it means to be community. That's what it means to be CSL Dallas, is to lift each other higher and higher with that love. So the first thing we want to do is, if you received a pulse, hopefully everybody received a pulse when you walked in.
Do you have a pulse?
Is it right? If you open that pulse, you'll notice that inside that are a number of pieces of paper, one of which looks like this. And this piece of paper acknowledges the extraordinary love, the extraordinary outpouring of people who have blessed us by helping move our phase 1 almost to completion. So, yes. So you'll notice that on the demolition side, demolition hours, we have somebody who's way there at the top.
Randy Stem.
Holy
Wasn't he the guy who
moly.
just did a testimonial?
Randy Stem, stand up. Stand up. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so fabulous. And we're going to have a moment. So we don't have all the IT numbers, but Michael Deese and his team have been amazing. Michael Deese, will you stand
Yes.
up? We don't have any clue as to how many hours that's been, but he's getting us all wired up. And so on the other side, you'll notice are our painters. And we've got lots and lots and lots of people who have been painting and doing amazing things. And we are finishing the doors over there this afternoon. So if you're not up here or you don't like your hours, you can contribute some more. And if we are game, we'll move into the sanctuary. But we're definitely going to be that last little bit of finishing up over there. We also noticed that we don't have everybody's name who's brought food. So we really do need to collect that. So, you can email me or you can email Michael Brundy or somehow we need to get your name. We know who most of our food people are, but not everybody. If you've brought food, if you've brought food, if you've brought food for any of this project, will you please stand and let us thank you? So you're a food person.
You're a food provider.
Food providers. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for keeping us fed.
And we have this amazing team that have been handling the overarching overview, and that's our building expansion and design team with Darlene and Michael Brundy and Sherry. Would you guys stand up?
Darlene's
and Cheryl and some just really amazing people who Frank Prokop is a part of that, all kinds of amazing people who have been participating in our building expansion and design team. Their hours are not included. But there's a whole lot of hours on here that are included. If your name is on this piece of paper, will you please stand up?
Yes, look at that.
There you go. There's the love. 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 Awesome. And that's what it's about, right? Our love. We lift each other up, don't we? And it lifts us higher and higher every time we share that love.
Yeah, so this morning we want to spend a little time, like Dale and Fran said, we're going to spend some time this month talking about who we are as a community. Who is CSL Dallas? What is our purpose? What is our mission? And what is our vision? So that's what we're going to start with this morning, purpose, mission, and vision. And where we're going to begin, not in any particular order, but it's so perfect in all the love that just stood up, all the love that's being expressed in this community. The love keeps lifting this place higher and higher. Is to start with what in essence this minister brings to the vision of CSL Dallas, and why I was called here in the first place. And so my vision for CSL Dallas is that this is a community. This is a center. And it is formed and built in connection. And so I believe that we each come here to find our center first and foremost within our own self, so that we are the center, the presence of God, we are the presence of Spirit, whatever you choose to call it. And as we stay in this community, our center within ourselves gets stronger and stronger and stronger, so that when things happen in our own lives, or perhaps in our collective life, we might do this a little bit, but we don't come off center. And if we do, perhaps, we come back to the center of God very quickly. So first and foremost, I believe that this place is the heart of God. And for me, that's what I mean when I say my personal ministry and mission is to be love, to be the presence of God. And I invite you, if you don't feel that from me at any time, like you feel I'm not, because I've now got caught up in a to-do list, I invite you to get me back to my to-be list. And to be love, and to be that presence, because I want to be do, not doobie-doobie-doo. Or even worse and stinkier, do. So if you step in it, point her out to me and say, "Where's your be love?" Be. I also believe that this place is community because there are fewer and fewer, perhaps, places where we can be connected to one another. There's technology that's moving us faster and faster, perhaps, and I bet either ourselves have experienced it or we've at least witnessed when we go into a restaurant or probably even a football game or something nowadays. I haven't gone to a football game on a Sunday in a long time. But there are all these phones and everything. Instead of being with one another, we're being with technology. So this is a place where we can actually be with one another and connect. I also believe that, and it's in our purpose, that we are radically inclusive so that there's this undeniable sense, just like I felt in February 2012. I'd never felt it this deep and wide, is there's this undeniable welcoming of every single person that steps in here without question. That no matter how long we stay here together, we may come in, we may go out, come back in, but we're undeniably welcome and loving to each and every person that comes here without judgment. And so the other thing is that we're starting to move into this place where we're calling it a center. You heard Randy in his testimony, and the reason being is, for some people, Sunday celebration, it's not their thing. And that's okay. For other people, Sunday celebration is your thing. And yet, this is a center that there's so many offerings every single day of the week that if it is your thing, great. If it's not, you can come on any other day of the week and get plugged in to find the center within this center. I'll be at a class, meditation chapel, we'll start meditating together more and more, et cetera, et cetera. So we want you to start feeling like this is a center. But I still want to see you on Sundays, let's be clear. But, if it's not, it's not. And then finally, that I really trust and hope that Spirit moving through Karen Fry inspires you to be even greater, because I feel like perhaps most of us don't know how absolutely freaking magnificent we are. And the more we know that I am that I am, then we can go be that. Didn't I just say that to you this morning? Like if own it. Like if that's you, own it. This is me and this is my expression. And to know how magnificent that expression is. Okay, I better stop.
I don't know why. I don't know why.
That's us, right there.
That's right. That's us. That's right. So, it's so interesting to think about being a spiritual community in the 21st century. It's interesting to think about being a spiritual community in the 21st century that is not necessarily in the mainstream. And what does it mean to be a spiritual community? What does it mean? And we struggle sometimes with the idea that we're a church. And whether or not Sunday mornings is the most primary thing that we do, or whether we're here to do something greater, larger, more beyond that, as Karen has pointed out. And so it's interesting the things our core council spends time on. So we spent a year having a conversation. What is it that we do here at CSL Dallas? What is it that we do? And this was really inspired by a book called Good to Great. And it's an understanding that if you want to have a great organization as opposed to a simply good organization, whether it's a for-profit or a not-for-profit, you really have to understand what is it that you do. So we spent a year on this conversation, and we came up with what's called our hedgehog principle. That's a whole nother story. Go read the book and you'll understand why they call it a hedgehog principle. The hedgehog principle is to teach and practice the science of mind. Took us a year to figure that out. To teach and practice the science of mind in a container of personal and global transformation. This is our ground upon which we stand. This is the core of who we are and what it is that we're here to do. Now, everything that unfolds from that, this gives us that container. If it is a part of this, it's ours to do. And if it's not a part of this, it is not ours to do. Even though we may support it, we may see that it's a great thing that's going on out there in the world, but this is what we focus on and what we're here to be as a community together. Then
we have our purpose, and I bet many of you once you see it. You already know this. But before we came up with this new purpose, I didn't know it. Most of us, if anybody knew it. And so our purpose is for our reason for being. And so we took 6 to 8 months as a community and filtered down what is our reason for being. And our reason for being is to be radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, and transforming lives. And since we've set this new purpose, it's been about a year now since we put this new purpose into place, just maybe just 13 months, it's slightly over a year. And everything, people are talking about it, like this is how I'm showing up in my own life. How can I be more radically inclusive in my own life? Not just here, but in my own life. And how can I allow for their other faith traditions? Can I, am I being progressive? Or am I sitting on the sidelines? Lydia, I'm stealing from the first service. And because she shared this in a testimonial. And then am I transforming my own life? And so it's, because this is our reason for being, it's starting to happen in each and every one of our lives.
So out of that then comes the question, what's ours to do? And you'll find in the polls, we've given you a little bookmark. That little bookmark has our purpose statement on it, but it also has the 6 areas of mission. What is ours to do? If this is our purpose and we understand what our reason for being is, how do we know what's ours to do, what's ours to engage in? And so this was another lengthy conversation. And so if you want to get it out, you can follow along. Our first mission statement is to be a lovingly supportive community that celebrates diversity. Yes.
Yay, keyword community, right? Isn't it nice? Communication, unity, there's all kinds of things in there that celebrates diversity. The second one is to teach and practice authentic spiritual living and science of mind. To teach and practice.
Right. The third one is to provide sacred celebrations, whether it's a Sunday morning, a ritual, a Friday night, a sacred celebration that uplifts our spirit and deepens our soul.
Our fourth one is to ignite self-expression and experience meaningful contribution. So as we ignite in our own selves how we uniquely self-express, then we can contribute more in the world.
And I see the lovely Dorma is back there. If you didn't get a pulse or you didn't get a mission statement, she is more than happy to pass it out. So you can raise your hand and wiggle your fingers, and she's going to make sure you have one. We think that it's extremely important that we demonstrate active compassion to ourselves, to each other, and to the world.
And last and certainly not least, we are intentionally promoting our community and our teachings to other people in our life. Let's stop hoarding it.
That's right. Take our light out from under a bushel basket.
Let's
be who
talk
we are.
about it.
Be proud of our faith. Be proud of our faith walk and our community. So what might this look like somewhere down the road? Well, like Ernest Holmes, I really believe that we're a teaching and a healing order. So I'm clearly about education, teaching, writing, coaching, being with people in that way. If you feel like you're really up against it in your own life and you're looking for a compassionate, loving heart, please see Reverend Karen, Reverend Patty, or Reverend Vince. But if you want a spiritual kick in the butt, and you're ready to grow in a whole new way, you're ready to create something that you've never created before, you have a new business idea, a new spiritual idea, you have something that you want to transform in your life, you come see me. This is why we have so many amazing practitioners, and to really support you, lift you, love you. This is what Karen so beautifully brings to our community. And I really believe that if we will understand the principles and we have opportunities to practice those principles in our own lives, that our lives will be utterly transformed. So I'm all about education. I see us as an education hub, a hub for creativity and self-expression where we learn and grow and practice the science of mind. Yeah, like, so we've taken over 9,000 square feet. Like, wait until you see how we take over the rest of the complex. Right? Whether we buy it or simply lease it out with our school, our university, our leadership trainings, all of our places where people, entrepreneurs who are working with social justice or with a greater opportunity for sustainability or simply a whole new way of doing business, all of the ways in which we support each other in the arts and in our contribution, in our ability to be leaders, change makers. That's what we're up to here, and whatever that looks like and however long it takes. Now, we're committed to the science of mind as the platform on which we stand, because we do actually believe that those are the principles and practices that make the difference. I believe that science of mind is about as rich a spiritual tradition as you can find. I have found my emotional intelligence in science of mind. I have found my relationship with the divine. I have found my way to walk in the world, and I have found my deep mystical roots, all here in the science of mind. And the longer we explore it together and the deeper we go, the richer it becomes for us. And so we're about the science of mind, to teach and practice that. So while we're inclusive of every individual, this does not mean we're necessarily inclusive of every idea or every spiritual practice. However, this does also not mean that we have anything against any idea or spiritual practice. There's so many ways and places where you can explore, you can find new spiritual possibilities, you can seek out and stretch and grow and welcome to it. Ernest Holmes says if you are practicing the science of mind, it should make you a better Muslim, a better Christian, a better Jew, a better person in the world, a better spiritual being. And so the most important thing is, well, as we like to say in Centers for Spiritual Living internationally, we're open at the top, but we're closed at the bottom. And so what you will find here is the deepest authentic teaching of the science of mind that we know how to bring. So we're inclusive of every individual and every individual's path and every individual's life. But what you can trust from us is that we're going to teach you the principles and practices of the science of mind, of new thought, and the way in which that transforms our lives. So we're all about personal and global transformation. I believe that if you and I clean up our stuff back there, we just have to look for an appropriate Sunday morning word. The stuff back there, if we'll clean that up, if we'll have clear eyes and an open heart and a centered consciousness, that we're not only transforming our own life, but we're contributing to the lifting and the transformation of the collective consciousness. Yes, and that's very much ours to do. And so we really seek to then support each other in that creative expression, the hub for our creative voice, our creative business, our creative innovations, our creative ways in which to educate our children and build sustainability and grow diversity and understand inclusivity and all of the magic that comes when we really discover who we are and that magnificence, and we give that gift. And we release the things that stand in the way. So we're building an organization, we're building a community. Well, quite frankly, as Karen said, we're growing a village. I really believe that a village is sort of the next step beyond community, right? We have families, we have our families. We don't want to be too much like our families, right? We don't want to be that dysfunctional, do we? So we want to be loving, so we love the word community, but we actually want to grow it beyond community, because think of a village. A village has the artistic community, and then they have the blacksmith and the people who are doing, making things, and then they have the community of people that are the cooks or the farmers or the teachers or the whatever, right? And not everybody has to be a part of every community in a village. And yet it takes all of us. And we find our place, we find our peeps, we find our community in the village. And the village prospers and grows because we're a part of it. And we actually become a part of the village by being a part of that community and giving of our gift. Do you see? Then our village not only sustains us, but we become part of what sustains the village. And that is the circle of love.
Yes, and so yes. And so we're in the growth phase of the village, and we've seen how many people are showing up in all the various ways, literally from putting paint on the wall to cooking an incredible meal, and it just shows up from everywhere. And we also know that it's ours to do and to be beyond the village and to help Dallas and the greater DFW area. And so although we've done this informally for many, many years, we're starting a formal program right now for 2017. And so we're going to start a nonprofit partner program. So also included in your pulse, you should have gotten a sheet that sort of looks like this. And so you have to be here today, or you have to be here next Sunday to participate in the first part of this. So here's what it looks like. We're asking you today and next Sunday, you must be present to win, but be present, to write down a nonprofit that's locally here in the Metroplex that either has served you, you've heard of incredible work, you know that it's touched other people's lives that you know of, or you just, you've been wanting to know more about them and you know what great work they do. Then you have an opportunity to say who they are, to put their name, their website, and what it is, and you want to put their name forward. So today and next Sunday, we're going to collect all the names. Then
there's a box right out there on the table by the couch.
There you go, by the couch. So then, and so, if somebody y'all will figure it out, but you must be present to do this for today and next Sunday. Then, the third and the fourth Sundays, what we're going to do is we're going to take all the names that you give us, and we're going to put them on a list, and we're going to vote. So in an email before the third Sunday, you'll get the names so you can look into them, okay? Then you're going to come here on the third and fourth Sunday, and you're going to vote. Which one do you want? And what happens is based upon those votes from all of you, we're going to have the top 4 nonprofits that we're going to tithe to next year. And so you're determining who we're going to help support. And so each quarter, one of those 4 nonprofits will be given this nice sum, financial sum from this community that we are supporting in the local area, okay? And then over time, our vision is we're going to get to intimately know those nonprofits even more. We don't have to start our own. We already got one. It's called CSLDallas. But there are nonprofits doing amazing work, and we want to support that. So we'll get to know them. We'll get to know the people in the nonprofits. We can even volunteer for those nonprofits, etc. So we're starting this in 2017. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you've had an opportunity to hear about our vision and the vision for CSLDallas. And so now we'd like to hear from you. We'd like to hear a little bit about what about this vision or this mission, the purpose. What about this? Thanks, Ifayemi. What about this speaks to you? What is it that you find here in this village that causes you to find a spiritual home with us? And so we're just going to invite some people to line up here and give you an opportunity to share. What is it about the vision, the purpose, and the mission, or the mission of CSLDallas that speaks to your heart and that calls you here? So we're going to just invite some people to come on up here
and we're going to
share.
invite you to keep it to 1 minute or less so we can hear from several of you. Sorry, Michael. 1 minute or less.
Good morning. My name is Michael Grundy, and I come here because I'm I'm interested in us having a world that works for everyone, and I think that's what we're doing here. So, I also like the idea of science because to me science is knowledge, and that's kind of like proof, and I believe that our thoughts make a big difference, so science and mind kind of fits that. I like the idea that teacher is a great teacher, and I like the kick in the butt. I don't need all the compassion as much as I need the other stuff. So that works for me. Most of you guys know I've been here a long time. I come a long way to get here, and I come because I love it, and I come because this stuff really works.
Yay. Thank you, Michael.
So don't wait. Come on up.
We'll
come
just
on
make
up
a little
and we'll make
line
a
right
line,
here.
Right?
Hi, I'm Carol Merlot. The reason I am here is because this is the one place I have found where I can actually learn and then apply it to my life internally. I've spent years studying psychology, many different metaphysical traditions, and it was here, finally, that I found a place that I could call home. Now, as I contribute in greater and greater ways, I experience deeper and deeper connection to people, connection to myself, and that has made a tremendous difference in my life.
Yay. Thanks, Carol.
I'm Iva, and what I really got here from the first moment that I walked through the doors was just a loving sense. I was welcome. I truly felt welcome. I truly felt I could be me, and that I truly felt that being me was okay with each and every one, and those that it was. And this philosophy teaches me that it's okay even if you don't. You know?
That's right. That's right.
And for me, that's growth. I'm able to use gifts that I have in different ways. And so it's just been a good experience to help me grow.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Iva. Come on forward. Come, just bring the line over here, you guys. Raven, Dorma, come on over here. Just bring the line over here so people can see. There you go. There you go. All right.
Hey, my name's Stacy. I walked through the door 9 months ago, and echoing what Iva said, like, I feel like I can finally be me and I don't have to hide. And that's huge. Karen still scares me with the lovey stuff. I'm more with her, with Michael. However, her expression of self invites and encourages and challenges me to step up and be silly because I'm way more serious. So, like, seeing everybody out there, it's just an amazing place to be, and I'm learning how to take this out.
Yes.
So looking at our 2017 stuff, I want to see all of us. So I'm challenging everybody out there because I'm challenging me, because you are me, that we got to get this out there.
Yes.
Good morning. My name is Raven. My wife and I started coming to CSL Dallas about 4 years ago. And I can echo all the other things that everybody said. When I walked through the doors for the first time, it felt like love. But I want to talk about support, and I've never said this publicly before, but this place supports in ways that I'm used to, but not really used to like this. Last year, my mom got sick, and she was in the hospital, and subsequently, she was transitioning. I called Reverend Karen, kind of in a panic. I don't even know how long, but she came to the hospital, and she stayed with us and prayed with us until we said it was okay for her to go. She brought us water. She reminded us to breathe and to take breaths. And even backing up before then, my mother had one cardiac arrest. Reverend Vince came. And my mother was a traditional woman. I grew up traditional Baptist. And he came in the hospital and prayed with her. And so she had to spike up, and we didn't expect her to transition, but him coming blessed her so much, and she smiled, and it was a big deal. So that's why I love CSL Dallas.
Yay. Beautiful. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dorma. This is not my thing to speak up here, but I could not miss the opportunity to tell you how much I love every single one of you dearly, because I receive love, and because of that, I give as much as I can, because I truly love each one of you. And this science of mine has given me the tools to get through life in a way that I never thought was possible. And I will tell you, I need the kick in the butt from Petra, and I need the love from Karen, and I love them both. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful for this community with all my heart. Thank you.
Yay. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Kathy Hedrick, and this is my second time here. I'm here with my partner, Willene. So it's great to be loved. Yay! So in August, I graduated with a master's in spiritual psychology out of Santa Monica, California. And I've been flying to LA for once a month for over about 2.5 years. And I graduated with the fear of, oh my God, where are my people? I'm not flying to LA to see my people. And so I'd been getting the email for probably a couple of years. And so I'm like, let's go to CSL, let's check that out, because we got to find something, because I need to be connected and I need to be fed. Because I know one thing, when I heal, you heal. When you heal,
That's
I
right.
heal. And what I do to you, I do to myself. And what you do to me, you do to you. And that's the people I want to find. So we walked through the doors, and I felt it because it resonated down into my soul. And I looked at Willene, and I said, we're home. And so I'm in anesthesia. I don't always get to come on Saturdays. I do trauma anesthesia in Plano. And so we found our home. We're going to pledge, and we're going to become a part of this community because we know we found our people. Wasn't our family, because I laughed when she said that, but we're so excited to be here and to get involved. And it's just nice to know that we came home when we found this place.
Beautiful.
And it's in Dallas. That's what's so cool.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Cachet. So I haven't been around a while. It's been maybe 2 months or so. I just finished my foundations class back then. And, you know, obviously you first walk in, you may expect guilt. Not even a little bit. I don't even feel that way. I didn't even expect it. But I do want to add that all of the lessons that I've learned in foundations, you know, everybody goes through ups and downs, and it took me there. It brought me back. It stayed with me. So the whole, you know, statement about finding your center, it is it. Like, I get my center from here. I get my center from within, and that's what I continuously find when I go through these hard times and everything like that. It's like, you got to start here. You got to start here. And then everything else is like, be, do. Yes. And I'm absolutely receiving that. I'm absolutely growing in everything I learn here, and I am. You know, it's because of the one. It is because of this community. It is because I'm finding signals and signs in different areas to just know that everything I feel is correct and I'm going on the right path, and it's just beautiful. So thank
Yay.
you. I love you all.
Yay. Thank you.
I want to say that my name is Cachet. I love it. But it's not.
But it's not. Oh, well.
My name is Cheryl.
That's a good name, too.
My wife and I have been in the teachings of Science of Mind for now over 5 years, and we've been here 2.5 years. And I have to say that the biggest thing for me has been the learning. I mean, I love taking the classes, and if you haven't taken classes, take classes. But I also want to make one side note. I have been kicked in the butt by Karen, and I have been loved by people. They change roles every now and then, too. But really learning about this philosophy and what it can mean in my individual life, and what it can mean in the lives of those around me and in the people I associate with, I have found more love in this community and more ministry to me than I could ever give. So, thank you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Corinne Wagner, and I am here because I love that this place encourages that it doesn't matter who you are or what you look like, that you are loved, and you don't have to change your appearance, and you don't have to change your personality for people to like you. So, yeah.
Yay. Right on.
coming up here, but I think I should do this because CSL is such a wonderful place. And for me, over the number of years that I've been coming, it's represented for me a big warm hug and the uncovering of truth. And I appreciate it for that.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Linda. Thank you so much, all of you. A big warm hug and the uncovering of truth. So, well, that would just about sum it up, wouldn't it? That is really beautiful. Thank you so much. And so, you know, we talk about who we are as a community, and I really am grateful that you are feeling it and finding it here. You know, I just want to close with this idea that in 2014, when we were very involved in, actually it was 2012, we were very involved in bringing the Parliament for the World Religions here. We had hoped to have them here in 2014. We were the one of two final cities. Unfortunately, they chose Brussels, and then they didn't have it in Brussels anyway, which we could have had it in Dallas. But anyway, we did tons and tons and tons of research, and we came across an Economist article. And the article said in the 1800s, the country went the way of New York. New York was the center of what the country was doing. And in the 1900s, that moved to California and primarily to Los Angeles. And the country went the way of Los Angeles. And in the 21st century, the country is going the way of Dallas. And Dallas is setting the way. And so it's our intention to be about influencing Dallas so that it influences the country, which also influences the world. So we're not only doing the work in the level of consciousness for ourselves, but to really raise collective consciousness in right here in our own backyard. And recognizing that impact multiplies exponentially and making that kind of contribution.
Yeah, so recently I've been reading books about other spiritual communities and how they do it, you know, the mega churches and all that. And what I'm struck with now is, you want to talk about casting a vision. I feel this is the vision to cast. And that in the next 3 years, 5 years, albeit 10 years, while we're here, and not to say we're not going to be here, any of us past that, but this impulse that's here now in this expansion, imagine that they're writing books. Other spiritual communities in Dallas itself is wanting to know, how are they doing this? They're wanting to emulate it because they're so radically inclusive and they're so spiritually progressive, and every life is being so transformed, and it ripples that one day there's this murmur. Well, how did the country get to be the way it got to be? And there's this murmur. Well, it started in Dallas. And actually, there is this place, and it's taken up this whole big thing here. They got a university, and they've got a school. It's called CSLDallas. And that's a vision to hold. So this village right here makes a huge, huge difference, not only in our own individualized lives, but the life of this about to be third largest metroplex in the country. Dallas is about to surpass Chicago, folks. We are here. We're here for the reason and the season and the lifetime to bring a world that works for everyone, once and for all. Yes. Let's do it. Let's be it.
That's right.